In today's video, I'm very excited to be bringing you another product review. Today in the studio we have PaperLike with Nanodots, or as most people are calling it, PaperLike 2. What's good, everybody? Mr. J here. Thanks for tuning in, and for those of you who have been with me for a while, thank you, by the way. Thank you. The rest of you, if you haven't been with me for a while, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Going back to those who have been with me for a while, might remember of a future that I predicted in the past. That being this moment today. Eventually, one day, I already know that it's gonna come off. I'll be watching a movie and get bugged by the protector and right off it's gonna come. That's right, we're gonna be ripping that thing off because PaperLike 2 is in the building today. Just like last time, I'm gonna be taking you along for a review of the product to help you make a purchasing decision. Alright, and for those who will remember my first video, link down in the description below if you haven't seen it. But those who did see my first video will remember that I left the first PaperLike with kind of a mixed bag of feelings. I really enjoyed everything that it offered and what it was intended to do. Now, the single biggest hurdle for me with the first iteration of the PaperLike was the loss of screen clarity. Personally, I'm a huge screen junkie, and it just wasn't doing it for me. It was a huge nuisance and a huge hurdle in my day-to-day using the iPad. Ultimately, I'm very surprised that I kept it on this long. I mean, I'm looking over at the screen protectorless iPad right now, and the screen's beautiful again. But ultimately, I just decided that I use my iPad for art, and without using it for art, I most likely wouldn't own it. So ultimately, I kept it on. But what this new one, what the Nanodots is supposed to do, is supposed to specifically address that screen clarity. So let's open it up, let's get it on, and let's see if my major hurdle with PaperLike 1 is going to be solved with PaperLike 2. So final thoughts on the PaperLike 2 or PaperLike with Nanodots. I think it accomplishes what it set out to do very well. In my previous video, I did gripe about, the screen clarity was a very obvious issue. And as a screen enthusiast, it still kind of is a nuisance. But it's a lot better of a nuisance this time. The dots of rainbow is completely gone. Now it just looks like, you have a screen protector, which is a tremendous improvement. I'm not trying to count how many dots I can see. It's still not going to be the most pleasant media consumption, but this isn't geared for media consumption. This is really aimed at those who are going to be using their iPad for a lot of annotating or drawing. One thing that I noticed that I didn't really see advertised at all is that they did improve the feel of the PaperLike. Those who have watched my first video will know that, I didn't think that it really felt to the touch like paper.
it was a nice experience with the Apple Pencil moving across the screen. There's, the resistance is nice and the sound was very much like paper, but I didn't really think that the feel was like paper. This one definitely has a paper-like feel to it, to the touch, which, is going to take some getting used to. The last one being a little bit smoother meant that there was less resistance when, using gesture. So it was a little more gesture friendly. Right now, it just kind of feels like, the PaperLike's trying to fight me a little bit when I'm zooming in and out, but, it's a slight adjustment. I'll take the screen clarity, the improved screen clarity, over the smoothness of the last one any day. So in conclusion, I'm much happier with this purchase than I was the first purchase. I still think that it is a little pricey. And as a recommendation, if you are somebody, again, who uses their iPad primarily for art or annotation, and, the marriage between your iPad and your Apple Pencil is what really sells you on the product, this is probably a good product for you. However, if you're using it for media consumption, internet browsing, if you don't like screen protectors and you're a screen enthusiast, probably go with, something like a tempered glass screen protector, something that's going to be more invisible, and something that's going to better protect your device. This is really just for the annotation experience. Well, all right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you gained some insight if that's what you came here for this video for. And hopefully you've already clicked that subscribe button and already hit that like button. But if you haven't, there's a chance. Well, all right, everybody, I'm Mr. J. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.